Now let's take a look at another example where we can use sound design to make the experience better for the audience. In the previous lesson, we looked at a nature example, meaning that the sounds were of nature, they were organic sounds. But in this lesson, we're going to take a look at sounds made from action. So I will have a human subject in this example, and therefore, apart from the environmental sounds, we also need to put in the human sound. If you have filmed the video yourself, then you wouldn't need to get those extra sounds. But we're just going to assume in this lesson that you recorded that video on mute, or that the audio of the person wasn't good enough for you to use it. So I'm back in Pixels. I will just look for my type of video, which will be sport. When you search sport, you're going to get a lot of options, such as basketball, surfing, archery, football, swimming, and so on. So I think I will grab maybe a intense sport, such as boxing. I'll just look for it in the search bar. The more specific, the better. So I will grab this video of this person practicing their boxing. That's my first clip. Now let's take a look at another example. Let's go for maybe jump rope. If you are going for something like this, look for videos where these subjects are kind of jumping at the same time. So preferably you would want one subject, but if there were more than one, try to get a video that has matching movements. So there are my clips. I'm going to once again open them up and analyze what's happening inside the video. So this is a pretty organic environment. We obviously have the contact between the glove and the sandbox, but apart from that, we need to add the chain noises because this guy is getting pushed back with every punch. Thirdly, since there is another person, we're going to assume that this is some sort of gym and that there are other people in the back. So this could be some distant communication, some distant punch noises, and so on. And of course, we need an epic music for this training video. This person isn't really saying much, so I won't be needing to do anything for him. Another thing when it comes to action videos is the breathing of this person. So naturally, when you're boxing, you're having really sharp breaths taken with every punch. So that's another sound that we need to add to our list. Our second video is not boxing, but it's another extreme movement. So we have the sound of the jump ropes. And once again, I'm going to assume that this is a gym and there are other people around these two subjects. Once I have analyzed my two videos, it's now time to move into the audio part of this, get our music, and then our sound effects. Let's begin with our music. I'm going to head to the instrumental section. Let's go for maybe electronic, mood. Let's see, epic. Let's see what these are. So I chose this music for my video. It's quite short, but that's exactly what we need. And by the way, if you choose to do the same thing that I'm doing, then the items are in your resource pack. So there's my music. Let's grab these sound effects from our third platform. So first, let's begin with the boxing video. Type in boxing. Let's give it a listen. So this is a good audio for the mid because the speed of this audio and the speed of the subject in the clip are not going to be the same. And therefore I want to clean the sound of the mid hitting the sandbag. So this is a pretty good audio. Next I will grab this one where it's a boxing gym. So like we said, we want to make it look as if there are other people in that gym boxing with our subject. So I will have this guy play in the back and this one playing in the front. Search for sport breathing. So we got some breathing, and I think I'll grab the first one. This will go in between the punches for our subject. Finally, search for gym ambiance. Onto the second video, we just need the jumping rope sound for the jump rope. Let's take a look. So let's grab this one. It's the most relevant to the video. I don't want it to be too intense because they are a bit further away from the camera. Pay attention to the type of flooring too. If the jump rope sound is way too loud, then you would not be able to use it for this floor. These guys usually don't echo back any movement. It's pretty common in gyms or any other training center, so try not to get something that's too loud. For example, this guy. So this is obviously a wooden floor. There's a lot of, echo coming from every hit. That's not what we need since our floor is not wood. So we got the jump rope. I will use the same gym ambiance in the second clip. So those are the audios we need. Compared to the nature example, it's a lot less. And the most important thing here is the combination of human noises with the environmental noise. Because these two videos were shot in a closed environment, we will not have things like wind noises, bird noises, wave noises, and all that. So that is why there is a smaller number of audio tracks. Download all of your different sounds, import them into Premiere Pro, and then we can begin. Once we're in Premiere Pro, we're going to make a sequence from our first clip. Just turn these into a list, and I can take a look at how big each of these items are. So make a sequence from your first clip. Let's get rid of the audio and put in the second clip. The audio in this video didn't really have anything, so that's why I got rid of it, since it would be an extra track for me. Let's right click on this, set to frame size. Pretty good. Now let's begin by putting in our music, finding out which part I want and which part I don't want. So this is the audio that I have. It's a little too long, and I think instead of grabbing and kind of cutting the end, I can just bring in another sport. That will be a better choice. Let's go back into pixels and maybe this time look for basketball. So I will grab this video, download it. Now in terms of sound, I don't need much. Let me close all those tabs. Get basketball and look for the ball hitting the ground. There we go. So this is pretty good because I have some talks in the back and I have the bouncing of the ball. Grab this in. Secondly, I will need like a park sound. Let's grab this park sound, and together I will have all that I need. So let's just import those in here too. So now I have imported all of my footage into the timeline, bring in the video too, and and basically match the duration of the music. I'm going to cut it off around here, get rid of the excess, grab my first clip, Command D or Control D, offset the beginning, Command D or Control D on the last video too. So I get a cross dissolve transition at the end and at the start. So now the base work is there. I have my clips, I have my music, and all of my audio tracks are ready to go. In the next lesson, we're going to put it all together and learn how we can combine human noises with environment noises. So I will see you guys in the next lesson.